Hey everyone, we are going to be looking at the severe weather risk for tomorrow across portions of the South and Ohio Valley. Before we could get into the forecast, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you are new and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a single upload or live stream on any upcoming weather events. Right now we're looking at the day 2 category outlook made by the Storm Protection Center, and as you can see we have a marginal risk of severe storms reaching from portions of Texas into Arkansas and Louisiana, even reaching up into portions of Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And we also have a 2% tornado risk with this marginal risk for severe storms reaching from Dallas all the way up here to portions of Kentucky. There we're definitely gonna see 1 or 2, even maybe 3 isolated tornadoes. It's not gonna be anything EF2 or higher. Very isolated tornadoes, not really anything fast moving, very short-lived tornadoes if we do see any tomorrow. And this is the hail risk as well. You can see there we have a 5% risk for severe hail, mostly in the Dallas area and the more northeastern and central portions of Texas, but it's also reaching into portions of northwestern Louisiana and southwestern Arkansas, and even a very little bit about a county of Oklahoma. Here's that wind risk, and we also do have around a 5% risk for severe wind, 60-mile-per-hour winds and higher. You do have a 5% chance for that. Here's the future composite ray reflectivity, and this is just the future radar. As you can see, we have some storms rolling through right now, portions of the Ohio Valley. This is going to be moving northeast into overnight. We get to around 9 p.m. and around 10 p.m. You see some severe storms right now in portions of Missouri, Kentucky, most of that Ohio Valley region. And that moves northeastward into portions of Illinois there and Indiana, as well as even Ohio there. We get to around 2 a.m. now tomorrow morning, and that is still moving through a very large area, heavy rain and thunderstorms moving through the Midwest and Ohio Valley there, and that moves eastward there. And you're still seeing storms by around lunchtime tomorrow. So you're still seeing another round of storms rolling through portions of Kentucky there. And you're still moving through there. And those storms are now developing for portions of Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas there. You're seeing those storms starting to develop. And you can even see that cold front there right near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's going to really trigger those storms. And we can go a little more further with the NAM 3-kilometer model. And as you can see, let's go ahead and go a little further here. And you're going to see those storms develop around 9 p.m. Sunday. So you're seeing a lot of thunderstorms here. Even a squall line is definitely going to be possible down here, reaching from Kentucky all the way down to Arkansas, even Louisiana. Could definitely see some minor thunderstorms, and that starts to move through. As you can see, still that squall line of thunderstorms moving through portions of now the southeast United States, and we're about 3 a.m. March 1st right now, so we're already back to Monday here, and that's still rolling through, and that should dissipate by the time you get to around 3 p.m. March 1st, but still, you can definitely still see some isolated thunderstorms still lingering over here in portions of Texas. We're looking at the surface-based CAPE values, and this is the energy that's going to be within the atmosphere. This is about right now at about Saturday at 9 p.m. and about this time, this will be around the time this video does go up. And as you see, you're seeing some energy over here. Of course, there's no thunderstorms right now in Texas, but you're seeing some energy over here in portions of Texas, and this is what's going to trigger the storms tomorrow. Let's go ahead and fast forward to tomorrow, and as you can see, we're getting into around 9 a.m. tomorrow, and you're starting to see that cold front start to move in. You can see that cold front right there, and that's what's going to start triggering those storms, and you're seeing values 2,000 plus, so that's definitely a pretty decent amount of energy. We haven't seen this much energy within a while, and that moves through, and you're still seeing upwards of even 2,500 joules per kilogram in some spots. So you're seeing a very, very decent amount of energy, and we haven't seen this much energy in a while as it has been that winter time. So you see that cold front move in, and that's where those storms will be triggered, right in that area. So, and those storms are going to have a pretty decent amount of energy to live off of until you get to around 9 p.m., 12 a.m. March 1st now, and that's, as you can see, that energy is really weakening there, and you can see that cold front, very bold cold front right there, very clean cold front as well. You're seeing a lot of dry air moving in right there, and most of that moisture is going to be right in front of that cold front, and that cold front is going to have a large dry spot that's going to bring more dry air for these areas. So those humidities are going to be much more lower than normal. You're going to have some much more enjoyable days in the south here for the next week or so. Now here's the cap. If you have a lot of cap, then that you're pretty much not going to see any storms here. Let's go ahead and move forward here. And you can see that cold front. We do have some cap within the atmosphere, but it's not going to be a lot of cap here. You're only seeing around -40, maybe -20s here, where those storms are mainly going to develop. And right when those storms develop, that cap really disappears there, and those storms are not going to have much cap to run into until you see that cold front right there, that very thin line, and you're seeing that cold front moving in there. And these storms are not going to have a lot of cap to move around or to move into. So these storms are definitely going to be pretty healthy storms, and that's what's going to trigger maybe some isolated tornadoes in there. This is the bulk shear now. You're going to need a lot of shear in order for some decent tornadoes. And even if you have a little shear, you can definitely see some pretty decent isolated tornadic activity. It's going to move forward here to when these storms develop, and you're getting around 6 p.m. Sunday, and you're seeing that very bold cold front as always, and you're not seeing much shear in front of these storms. You are seeing possibly 60 knots, 50 to 60 knots. So that's why there's only that 2% risk of tornadoes. Once you see 70 or 80 knots, that's when you get possible major tornadoes. But you're not going to see only around 50, 60 knots of bulk shear at around 0 to 6 kilometers. So you're not going to see anything major within these storms tomorrow. And one last thing, you can see this supercell composite. So this is the risk for supercells to develop. And as you can see, we're not seeing much. We're only seeing around up to 4 or 5 in more higher areas, maybe even 6 to 7, but that's not really high at all. So we're not going to see much supercells in this whole squall line here. And you can see that moves through and really dissipates there once you get into the overnight hours of Sunday. If you did enjoy the forecast on the upcoming severe weather for the South and the Ohio Valley, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a single update or live stream. And also make sure to share this video with any friends or family that may want to forecast on the severe weather throughout tonight through tomorrow and even tomorrow night. But anyways, stay safe.